Hi everyone. Before I begin, let me take a moment to introduce myself a little more personally. I am someone who has always been deeply connected to mathematics, not just as a subject I studied, but as something I genuinely enjoy understanding, exploring, and most importantly, teaching. Over the years, I have spent a lot of time with the students of different age groups with different abilities, different learning styles, and very different mindsets towards math. And through all this experience, one thing became very clear to me: math is rarely the real problem, but the fear is. Yes, that's exactly what I want to talk to you today: math phobia. It's actually quite fascinating because when we carefully observe children in their early years, we see something completely different what we assume later. Children are not born afraid of math. In fact, they are naturally drawn towards it. From infancy to their toddler years, they respond to patterns, shapes, rhythms, and even symbol counting in such a playful and curious way. They try to make sense of the world around them, counting steps, recognizing patterns, grouping objects. All of this is the foundation of mathematical thinking. And this natural instinct grows when the environment around them supports it, especially through parents and teachers. So, somewhere along the journey, something changes. The natural curiosity slowly starts turning into hesitation, and for many children, that hesitation eventually becomes fear. Math phobia is not really about the children who are incapable of understanding math. More often, it is about the children who are capable but are held back by fear, confusion, or pressure. And this fear doesn't appear suddenly, it builds up step by step over time. Sometimes it begins with a lack of conceptual clarity when children are expected to move ahead without fully understanding the basics. Sometimes it comes from memorizing the methods without knowing the reasoning behind them. Very often it is the pressure for marks from parents, from teachers, or even from comparison with others that starts creating anxiety. At times, also emotional. A child may not feel comfortable with a teacher, and slowly that discomfort turns into dislike for the subject itself. This is the case for every subject, not only for math. And then there is confidence. Some children lose confidence gradually when they face repeated difficulty. Others feel pressurized to perform from the beginning, and over time, that pressure turns into the fear of failure. If we think about learning in a simple way, it's just like building a house. If the foundation is not strong, no matter how much we build on top of it, it will never feel stable. And that foundation built in early years with patience, understanding, and the right kind of guidance. To all the parents listening, I want to say this with complete sincerity. There is absolutely no need to rush your child. It is completely okay if your child does not know counting at the age of 2 or even 2.5 years. It's okay if they take time. Learning is not a race, it's a process. As parents, you are the first teachers in your child's life, and what children needs most from you is not pressure but encouragement, not comparison but understanding, not speed but support. Give them a space to explore, to ask questions, to make mistakes, and to learn at their own pace. Yeah, and yes, schools also play a very important role here. Early education should focus more on interaction, curiosity, and building comfort with learning. It should not be about unrealistic expectation or testing children too early. Now, I would like to speak to my fellow educators. We all know that teaching is huge responsibility, and yes, Having strong subject knowledge is essential or important. But let's be honest, that does not guarantee learning. What truly makes a difference is the connection we build with our students. When a child feels comfortable with a teacher, when they feel understood and supported, they naturally become more open to learning. And very often, when they start liking the teacher, they begin to like the subject too. So let's slow down a bit. Or let's slow down a little. Let's not rush to complete our portions. Let's focus on clarity, on deep understanding, on application, and on encouraging children to think. Because when teaching is rushed without clarity, confusion builds. And when confusion builds or stays for too long, it quietly turns into fear. Also, something we should never underestimate the power of our words. The way we speak to children can stay with them for years. A small negative remark can create self doubt, while a few positive and encouraging words can build confidence that lasts a lifetime. So let's be mindful. Let's avoid unnecessary pressure, avoid comparison, and negative labeling. At the end of the day, marks are just numbers on paper. They are not the true measure of child's ability or potential. What truly matters is, are our children learning without fear? Are they still curious? Do they feel confident enough to try even if they make mistakes? Because they may not, or they may score highest marks. But if they grow without fear, if they don't lose their interest, if they continue to believe in themselves, that is a success that truly matters. So let's not just teach math. Let's help children feel comfortable with it. Let's help them connect with it. Let's help them enjoy the process of learning. Because once the fear goes away, learning naturally finds its place. That's it all. Thank you all.